Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Welcome. Welcome to our live today, you guys.
Yes.
We just got into Edmonton, Canada. We're traveling today, and we wanted to make sure that we hopped on and
we're
had a conversation with you.
going a little late, but like she said, we just got into our hotel here and
Checked in.
yeah.
Anyway, you guys, have you guys safely landed at your destination, or are you still traveling? That's the topic of our live tonight, because as we've been traveling, hey Tom, thanks for hopping on. We were just talking and thinking about how our life was very similar, just some comparisons that kind of popped into our mind as we've been traveling is, you know, we had to hop a flight from Salt Lake City, and then we stopped in Calgary, okay? And we were on one type of plane. And then we had a connection and we hopped on another one. And Tom says, we're still traveling. Awesome. You are traveling
This is
every
true.
day, a couple of weeks and stuff like that. But you guys, think about this in relationship to our businesses, okay? A lot of times, and we actually had a conversation with some people just a little while ago, and this was brought up. And as we were
Well, it was interesting because as we were on the plane today, we were talking about this, you know, and it was interesting because as we flew into Canada, it was actually, it's completely cloud covered, right?
Yeah, it was
and
just a
so
blanket of
we
white.
were up above the clouds, and it was really neat looking because you look out and it was just this entire sea of clouds. And we got kind of talking about, you know, it's a great thing that the plane actually has, you know, tools and things to know where it is we're going. Because otherwise, I mean, we could be flying to who knows where.
Well,
and it just got us chatting.
Yeah.
And
And it brought us to the conversation that we had last week. So we were asked,
Yeah.
we were actually on a coaching call with some people, and we were asked, you know, have you gotten the results that you wanted in your business? Are you happy with where you're at? And so we had a conversation with them saying, you know, no, I wouldn't say that we're happy with where we're at, because where we're at now is a not completely different, but a little bit of a different place from where we originally thought that we were going to be. And then as we were moving through this conversation, we were talking about how, you know, we need to have our intended destination. We need to have that place where, you know, a result of what we want to have in our business. And then as we're going on that path, you know, we may come up with some things as we're evaluating that we need to, you know, detour around a little bit, right?
Yep.
And then when we hit our result, you know, do we just sit there? Should we just sit there and say, okay, cool, we're here, you know, woohoo!
Hey, Whit.
That's all we're doing. Hey, Whit, thanks for hopping on.
Jennifer
Appreciate
Murray hopped on. Oops.
Oh.
I hit the button. All right, we got to get rid
He's
of that.
playing with
Sorry
the
about
live.
that.
He's touching
I'm bumping them.
touching all the stuff in there. So, but we just got talking with them about how, you know, when you start out in an entrepreneurial journey, you're going to have different things that you're going to overcome in your business. When you
Absolutely.
get to your result, that's not the end game. That's not your destination where you stay.
Yeah.
You're always wanting to improve and move forward and improve upon yourself, upon your business, and get to that next level.
So we're always traveling, right?
So we may stop for a moment, right? Hear a light at a destination, maybe catch a connection, reevaluate where we want to go, and then move on, right? Constantly moving and progressing and growing.
Absolutely.
So we'd like to, see, Jennifer says, my first time on. Hey,
Awesome.
Jennifer, thanks for joining us.
Appreciate you
it.
joining us.
Appreciate you being on with us.
Yeah, we're actually, Jennifer, in answer to your question, we're actually up in Canada.
Yep.
And we're up here for a mastermind that we're going to be doing over the next couple days.
Yes.
So,
Yep.
and that kind of ties in as well. I mean, you know, you're always growing, you're always changing. So, you know, kind of back to what we were talking about is you're always traveling, so to speak. You're always improving, you're always moving forward. It's not like you reach as an entrepreneur, you reach a certain destination or a certain point that you stop.
Yeah, it's a constant state of, you know, growth and progression, because
Absolutely.
as you go in your journey, you're going to figure out things that you didn't know before, right? It's like you start on one path, you start going, you start learning some stuff, and then all of a sudden you have these epiphanies of these different things that maybe you want to do that you wouldn't have known otherwise, right? You've got to walk the journey, go on the journey to be able to know where it is that you're going to want to go. Because a lot of times we have certainty, like, you know, in network marketing, I'm going to get my network marketing company. I want to be making $10,000 to $30,000 a year, and then life's going to be great, right? That destination mentality. When I get there, I will be. Instead of focusing on, okay, you know what? I've got into this opportunity. It's got amazing products. I've got all of these things that I can really bless and benefit people's lives, and I'm learning and growing myself and enjoying and being present in that journey with your result, you know. Obviously, you need to have your results set out there so that you can attain it, but enjoying the journey instead of, I'm going to be happy when I get here, take a moment and reflect on where you're at now and where you want to be, and then work towards it and be present in the journey part of it, not in the destination, because the destination is never going to be as satisfying as the journey and what you're learning and as you're progressing through that.
Well, and the other thing that's important too is to keep track of where you are.
Yes.
And incrementally, whether it's journaling or, or whatever it is, find a way for you that works best for you to keep track of where you're at. And and as you progress, that way, and what I'm getting at is once you reach, because we don't realize it when we're in the moment, right? And we're doing things and we're moving forward. When we get a few months down the road, we really don't realize how far we've come.
Absolutely.
Okay. But if you're keeping track of it, you can actually take a look and go, wow, we have
tons of growth.
Yeah, we have tons of growth. We've moved so far in, this amount of time. It's a way to look back and reflect on where you've been and where you're at.
And it is really, it's fun to look back and see.
Yeah,
Sometimes it's like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
I can't believe I did that.
Yeah.
Or, can't believe that I was here and I thought that I would never get to where I am now. And in fact, where I am now is even further than where I thought that I'm could have done, right? So again, keeping track of those things, and then really embracing the journey and not just the destination.
And always evaluating.
Absolutely,
Yep,
yep,
absolutely.
Tom, because that piece is very key, because as you start doing things and you evaluate them, what worked, what didn't, what could you do better, you will find that you are leading your life maybe not necessarily in the same direction that you originally thought that you would. Okay, and that's something that happened with us. When we got started on our journey, we were very certain about where we were going to end up.
Yep.
And in the process of what we've learned and where we're going and where our passions and things like that have aligned, it's not necessarily exactly where we had originally thought. And it's okay. It's definitely, we're much happier with what we're doing now.
Well, we've been doing that evaluation piece that Tom mentioned.
And Chris Bradley says journaling. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. And doing that evaluation piece is important. And like we mentioned with the airplane and the tools, the GPS, those kinds of things that keep you on track when you're above the clouds and you can't see, that it's like that
David.
Evaluation piece.
Yep.
If you need to be evaluating, otherwise, if you're not relying on that evaluation and that tool and, and keeping yourself in the correct course, you may end up who knows where.
In Timbuktu.
Yep.
You can just run out of fuel and just free fall.
So evaluation is very important.
Yep. So you guys, we just want to leave that with you tonight. Embrace the journey, okay?
Yeah. It's a journey. It's not a destination.
Focus on the now and what you're learning to do now and incrementally improving, and not I'm going to be happy when I get here. Okay, focus on the now. Evaluate what you're doing and have a fantastic evening.
Exactly.
We appreciate you being on with us. We had a lot of new people with us. Chris, appreciate you being on. David, thanks for hopping on. Tom, Jennifer, and Whit, thanks for hopping on. And Richie Harris, appreciate it. He says, Richie says, we've crashed on an island with a Hurley out of Lost. Please help. Well, at least you're on an island and it's nice and sunny and warm there, right? Hopefully.
Hopefully.
All right, you guys. Thanks so much for hopping on. We appreciate it. If you catch us on replay, #replay, and where you're coming in from. We'd love
if you got value from this, please like and share and drop us a #value.
Yes, and when you do #replay, tell us where you're coming in from so we can give you a shout out. Okay? Appreciate you guys. Talk to you later.
Thanks, everyone.